Head coach Buzz Williams has joined us here courtside. And Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on the win. Wanted to talk about defensive help. It seemed like you guys were excellent on your timing. Nikhil Alexander-Walker stood out in the first half in terms of doing that and forcing them to spray the basketball a little bit. Just your thoughts on the defensive effort as a whole.
So you want to play with flat triangles. And the taller your triangle is, the worse shape you are in defensively. And you want to hold that flat triangle as long as you can, as much as you can. When the triangle changes shapes, it's because somebody didn't guard the ball and we need help. And then you're in rotation. What we've got to do is hold that triangle, hold that flat triangle longer, better, which means we need to guard the ball better. But too often times so far through 5 games, we're helping guard the ball, which takes us out of a flat triangle when we don't need help guarding the ball. And understanding the line of, yes, he requires my help, no, he doesn't require my help. That's where we're struggling, and at times, particularly in the first half, they got threes because we were helping when we didn't need to help. Much better in the second half of holding the triangle and not helping. The issue is going to be that, but the primary issue is going to be, can we finish the possession with the rebound? I know for sure that 6 of their points were on offensive rebounds in the second half, but they missed 43 balls and they rebounded 16 of them. We can't do that. If you hold a team to 25.9% field goal percentage defense, but they shoot 80% on putbacks, which was, goodness gracious, 30% of their points were on offensive rebounds. We can't do that.
Coach, how about P.J. Horn? He had to come in there early. He took a charge early there. He got a couple follow-up dunks. Played 26 minutes. He had 8 points and 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He missed a dunk on a great underneath out-of-bounds play you had. But how about the minutes you got out of P.J. tonight?
Well, KJ's through 5 games is playing 20 minutes, which is what he played tonight. And the effectiveness that PJ played with tonight was dramatically better than he had the previous 4 games. We're going to need him to have more of an impact, and we're going to need KJ to be able to play more than 20 minutes. But I was encouraged by PJ. What I've been telling him is we need him to be mean, PJ. We need him to be mean. And I thought he was more mean in how he played today.
Coach, keep it there with Kerry Blackshear. Where's the balance for him? Because obviously it's such an integral part of your ball screen coverages, particularly on the perimeter, but that seems to be where a lot of his fouls are coming from. You want to keep that aggressiveness, obviously, but you want to keep him on the floor, like you said.
I told him at halftime, I go, hey, I'm going to start PJ and see if we can buy 5 minutes. Because I think what ends up happening is there's a vibe in an unspoken way throughout our group. Oh, I hope he can play, but he doesn't need to foul. And I feel that. I'm feeling the same feeling, and maybe I'm leading the charge. And I told him before the second half, I'm not starting you because I'm tired of feeling that. And if I'm feeling that, I know he's feeling that. PJ starting, we'll see if PJ can buy us 4 minutes to the media timeout. And then we started so well, I just kept playing PJ. If PJ can be mean PJ, that helps us. If KJ can play without foul issues, that helps KJ, but just as importantly, it helps our ball screen coverage. It helps so much of what we do offensively. I don't mean this disrespectfully, but when PJ's in, our play catalog shrinks significantly. So through 5 games, I thought we would have a little bit of that figured out more than we do, but we're kind of still at the same point we've been at since Liberty.
You guys are getting out rebound by 10 at the half, and a big part of doing a better job in the second half was Chico, Isaiah Wilkins. He only plays 11 minutes. He leads you in rebounds with 8. He had 8 points and 8 rebounds. Guy that knows his role, and you get the most minutes out of him, don't you?
Yeah, the problem is we need Chico, but Chico doesn't understand we need Chico. And so he was awful all week in practice. He's been asleep. It's a lot coming at him. He's excited. He's a great kid. He's a smart kid. He's a good player when he does only what he can do. He's been asleep all week. I've been on him all week. He was asleep in the first half. And then I tell him at halftime, we just need to be able to count on you, not for November 24th game, but January 24th game. And you don't understand how important the January 24th game is, but these reps that you just missed in the first half, we can't give those reps away. And he was much better in the second half. If Ty and Chico can rebound at some clip near that, and somehow we can figure out how to get PJ and KJ being the best version of themselves, maybe it can be a push. Maybe it can be a push on the glass. But when we're giving teams, they had 22 turnovers, and they shot 1 more ball than we did. We need to always shoot more balls than the opponent. And the way that we do that is we can't turn it over, and then we can't give them second shots.
Keep it right there, Coach, with Ty Outlaw, because he does have the 7 rebounds today. Really seemed like he was a physical force, was all over the floor. Obviously, his jump shot started falling, and a shooter of his caliber, you expect that. But coming off the knee injury and such a long calendar layoff, seems like he's feeling more and more with each passing game.
I think I've done a bad job of not giving him enough grace on that long span of time without playing. And his motor runs consistently, but he's a stick shift. It takes him a little time. You got to hit the clutch. We got to get it to 3rd gear. Can we eventually get it to 5th gear? The problem is we need to hurry up. And like the truck I used to drive when I was a kid, I was always trying to figure out how to go from 1st to 3rd. Like, let's skip second. Let's just hurry. Yeah, let's just hurry up and get it into 3rd. He offensively needs to shoot buzz shots. The same shots I would shoot if I was playing, that's the shots that Ty needs to shoot. And when Ty can't shoot it, I'm telling him, hurry up and get rid of it and let Five or Nikhil force help again so that they can get it back to you. On the other end, we need him to be a physical presence. He is pound for pound arguably as strong as we have, and we need him to be in the fight down in there. And when he does that, those 2 things, and stays in that lane, that's going to become a very prominent lane for our team.
One guy that did shoot buzz-type shots was Med. You think about the second half he had against Purdue, and he just continued that on today. Shot the ball extremely well.
Well, it's kind of like what you and I talked about after the Purdue game in that room. We need Med to become the guy that we just take for granted. Med, you're not coming out of the game. Guard the best player. Please rebound more than what your size says that we should. Have more peace when you have the ball in order to make a good decision. When it's your turn to shoot, shoot it and make it. And we need him to shoot more free throws. That's the only thing that I see that he needs to add, is we need him to get fouled a little bit more, and then he can't play 32 minutes and have 0 rebounds. Sure. He just can't. I think he was averaging 4 rebounds coming into today's game, and we're probably going to need him to get 4.
Coach, you came off this week and you talked about that absence for the team, of course, Thanksgiving week and all that goes into that. But now it kind of gets expedited again. Just a couple-day turnaround to Penn State, and now it's kind of go time, right?
Yeah, I think our staff and our team handled this in a mature way. We'll do 2-day before prep tomorrow. Before we get to 2-day prep, we'll close down today. practice Monday morning at 5:15, leave Monday when they get out of school. That'll be one-day prep before we get on the bus to go to the plane, and then obviously our first true road game to close out the month of November. So it's been an eventful month, and I hope that over the next 72 hours we're a little better than we've been thus far. That's what it'll take in order to have us give us a chance.
Coach, we'll let you get started on the preparations. Thank you for the time.
Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving.
Ahmed Hill has worked on that release, and he knocks down 5 of 6 from outside today, 7 of 11 total from the field, and finishes with a game-high 19 points. But the highlight of his day, of course, is joining us as the Virginia Lottery Player of the game. I kid, Med, but congratulations on the win and the fantastic game. And on top of that, the start to this season, and that's where I want to start. Coach was just out here talking about your level of comfort and kind of finding that again on the floor. What has that process been like, and how are you feeling on the floor right now?
I feel very good. I've been working on being very slow, playing at a slow pace, and the game has slowed down just by watching a lot of film lately. Me and Devin has been watching film, so the game slowed down, and thank God that shots are falling, but I feel so much more comfortable on the floor with ball handling and just seeing things before they happen.
Yeah, more confident and more comfortable as well. Just think about the great tournament you had the second half against Purdue and following it up today, man. That's got to feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels very good. And, I've been working on sometimes, the shot's not going to fall, and sometimes all the shots are going to fall. And I've been working on not getting too high and not getting too low, but just staying right in the middle, and I think that helps a lot.
Med Hill is with us, a game-high 19 points. He is our Virginia Lottery Player of the game. And Med, just take us through that process from last year. This team kind of changes gears, and minutes got distributed in a different fashion, and then you come back, the dynamic is different, and now it's just a different flow and a different feel, and you guys seem to be rolling pretty good with it.
Yeah, the defense changed, and last year, I wasn't capable of being who they thought I would be or being the defensive player. So, minutes got changed, and, that's some things that happen. It's a job. So I want this offseason focus on, playing better defense, learning the positions, learning when to rotate, things like that. And I always had confidence on the offensive side, but I would lose confidence defensive and just think about messing up all the time. But me and Bud sat down. He just wanted me to clear my mind and just play. So that's what I did, and it's working out pretty well.
What was Bud's message to you guys at halftime today? It was an 11-point game, and the intensity picked up dramatically in the second half. You guys did a much better job moving the ball, paint touches, rebounding the ball better, and they only scored 15 points in the second half.
Yeah. He just said we wasn't playing our game, and that was like we was letting guys drive to the paint. They got a whole, I think they got 10 offensive rebounds in the first half, and that was a big thing, and that's the only thing they really scored off of. So he just telling us we're not playing our game, we're not playing tough. So we wanted to come out here, and the starting group who started, we wanted to come out here and pick up the intensity, play hard, and let's just see where it takes us from there. And it was pretty good.
Ahmed Hill is with us following the Hokies' 75-37 win over St. Francis. Med, your family is in town for Thanksgiving. I know how much they mean to you. How much perspective do they provide for you through this process, through the season, including the youngest member who's with us right here, your daughter?
A lot. They always talk to me when it's negative and good. And Mia just bring a whole different kind of motivation towards me, and I just want to play for her and be able to just do things for her. So that's good.
I think we need to let Mia. She's been quiet through this whole interview. I think we need to let her say hello. Yeah, you want to say hello?
Hey.
Yeah.
Say hey to everybody. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
That's pretty good.
That's going to be the highlight of the weekend, man. We'll wrap it up there, man, and let you go spend time with your family. Congratulations on the strong start and all the work that went into it as well.
Great for Penn State.
Yeah, for sure.
Ahmed Hill, 19 points. He leads the charge for the Hokies today as the Hokies roll over the Red Flash in the second half. 75-37 is the final. Mike, that's going to do it for you and me after a long but victorious weekend for the Hokies here in Blacksburg.